أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي آمين يا رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum dear students, I hope you all are fine. This is me, your Islamic studies teacher. As you know that we are learning unit number 4 and the name of the unit is Faith in Allah's Messengers and His Books. And the main points are, we will talk about the previous knowledge, then we will talk about the prophets, the function of the prophets, the qualities of the prophets, the names of the prophets and their numbers, and the prophets, peace be upon them, speak in Allah's name. So let's start the lesson. As in previous videos we learned about the early children of Adam worshipped Allah alone, and they associated no partner with him. They built numerous villages and they led a very simple life, and they were very happy what they had. And we learned about the Satan's envy, his jealousy, and how he schemed and led men into making drawings and portraits of saints who had been dead. And the idea caught the fancy of people and they started worshipping idols. Then what was the result of all these things? The result was Allah's displeasure. Allah was displeased with them for their having disobeyed him, and then Allah sent down punishment upon them in the form of natural disasters like sandstorms, earthquakes, poverty, floods, heavy rains, etc. And now we will talk about the prophets. Allah could have wiped out the whole mankind for its disobedience, but as we know that he is compassionate and merciful. On the other hand, he could have compelled man. Compelled means obligate. Compelled man to return to the right path, but that would be opposite to the freedom granted to him to choose for himself. It was compulsory, it was essential that man should receive guidance, and for this purpose Allah raised up his messengers, his prophets, who could talk to them in their language, warn them and guide them to the right path. And as we all know that the first prophet was Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, and the last prophet is Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah blessed these messengers with the knowledge. Now we will learn about the functions of the prophets. Allah blessed these messengers with the knowledge of truth. Allah commanded them to invite all men to truth from which they had strayed, to show men the way to please Allah. And they all had the same mission to call people to the right path. The prophets speak in Allah's name, and their duty is to convey the message of Allah to people, and also to show them how the message is to be translated into practical life. They guided their nations to the right path. So now we will learn about the qualities of the prophets. Prophets are very holy. They never tell a lie. They never cheat anyone. They are innocent, means they are free from sins. All the prophets were the doers of good. Prophets are men. Allah chose them to be his messengers, and Allah guided them, and their teaching was free from all errors. And the basic message of all the prophets was the same, which was the oneness of God, to serve him and to avoid false gods and powers of evil. And a Muslim should believe in all the prophets who came before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now we will learn about the names of the prophets and their numbers. According to the Quran, Allah sent his messengers to each nation. Their number is quite large. Allah only knows their exact number. However, according to a hadith, the number of the prophets is 124,000. And in the Quran, however, mentioned the following prophets by their names, like Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, Nuh, Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Lut, Yaqub, Yusuf, Musa, Isa, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the prophets speak in Allah's name. No one can claim to be a Muslim without believing the prophets. In fact, he who obeys the prophet obeys Allah. The path of the prophet is the path of Allah. And a true Muslim believes in the prophets of Allah. He regards them all as the true prophets of Allah, and he who denies any one of them is not a Muslim. Thank you very much. Allah